Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all fine and you're all doing great. In this video we are going to discuss about how to convert this nice UI design into a complete single page portfolio website. So without wasting your time, let's get started. So I already created the necessary folder structure and already added all the files whatever we are going to use inside this website. So you can download these files. Check out the description box so you can download these files from there. So let's create the basic HTML structure. Included. So I'll change the document name as portfolio. Yeah. So then let me include the CSS file, link CSS. So /CSS styles.css. And then we are using the SCSS compiler to compile our SCSS file. So for that you need to install this plugin live SAS compiler. Okay, and then I need the Google font, so I'll go to the googlefonts.com and then I'll search for the styles pop-ins. You can use whatever styles you prefer, so I prefer this one, and then load all the styles. Either you can link it to your HTML file or you can load it directly to your CSS file. So let me load it to my CSS file. I'll copy this import URL and I paste it in the first line. Here we go. Done. Then every single element inside our website, every single element, like margin, it's going to be 0, padding, it's going to be 0, and box sizing, that's going to be border box. Okay, then my body is going to be, the HTML body structure is going to use font family Poppins sans serif, the font which I loaded. So make sure use the same font name what you loaded over here. After this, let's load our HTML structure. So first I need to load this circle which we already having inside our images folder. So let's create the main container first. So dot container, because this is going to be our main container which is going to hold all our single elements inside the page. And inside here, first of all, background. So I'll create a background and let me copy that SVG code over here. So Control A and Control C and Control V to paste it. So let's delete this inline width and height. So we don't want to use that inline styles over here because we can use it, we can write the styles from our SCSS. After this, let's load this file in our live server. So right click, open with live server. Here we go. It's look pretty awkward. Let's fix it now. Close it, close it. Okay, now we need to write the styles for your container. Dot container. So if you have a look at this image, it's having a background color. So we are going to give the background color for our container. So position, it's going to be a relative position because this is the parent of every single element inside this container, so it should be a relative position. Then only we can give the absolute positions for your child, because we need to place it in a different positions inside this container. Then it's going to be using 100% width. Absolutely, when you're shrinking, it should take the 100% of the screen width. And height. Height 100 viewport points. VH means viewport points. That means whatever the screen viewport, it will take the 100% screen size. Okay. So after this, what I mean is background color. So background linear gradient. So let me copy the styles hash 01E3D comma hash 030 A1E. Oops, there it is. And here we go. We have that background color, nice background color, but still this page is scrolling in y-axis. So let's fix that. So we need to fix that overflow hidden. So this will block in both sides, in x-axis and in y-axis. Okay, so now it's not scrolling anymore. Now let's fix this SVG. If you watch over here in this design, that circle is nearly in the how it's looking over here. Yeah, we need to fix this. We need to move it from the left, we need to move it a little bit, and we need to pull it up a little bit. So where it is, background, here we go. Copy the background style. Inside here, dot background, position absolute. When you're using position absolute only, we can place that element in the proper positions. So we are using position absolute. Once it's position absolute, you can't see that image, so you don't need to worry about that. We can fix that. So why? It's because for this background division there is no height and width. Currently it's 0 height and width, so we need to fix that. So width 100%. Whatever the parent container size, take the complete size, complete width and height. Width and height 100%. Now you can see that circle path. After this, we need to adjust the position from the top minus 50%, and from left 25%. So these numberings are just trial and error, so you need to adjust it until you feel satisfied with that positioning. So currently I'm satisfied with this position. Then let's fix this header. Now we need to focus on the header. So after this background division, create a header tag. If you watch closely in this design, we're having a brand name, that means your name, and we're having your menu, and we're having this mobile tab menu, toggle menu, mobile toggle menu. Header, anchor tag, hash. I'll type my name. It will be Ravi. You can type your name absolutely. And dot right menu. That will create the class. And inside this right menu, we need to have one UL tag, and we need to have that mobile anchor tag. So UL, and inside here, let me create the li and anchor tag, hash. So far they're not going to add any link for this. So here you can see that it's having some icons over here. So let me get that icons. So I'm using box icons. You can use font awesome icon or flat icon or icons. There are lots of website free icons, and I love to use box icons, so I'm using box icons. So you can download their files from their GitHub page officially to keep it in your local file, but I'm going to use their CDN link. I'll copy this link and I paste it right after over here. Save the changes. Let me copy and paste it 3 more times. Okay, actually, yeah, 3 more times. So it's like, where is the box icons? Here we go. Search for basketball, copy it and paste it over here. Then what is the thing we need? We need the Twitter icon. So search for Twitter, copy it and paste it. After this, just type wantedly. Save your changes and let's see how it's looking. It's looking so awkward. Let's fix that first. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to fix the header. We need to write the styles for your header. So after this background, let's write the styles for your header. So header, let's make this header position absolute because it's need to be the top of every layer. So position absolute, and we need to bring it to top of every layer, right? So z index 101. It should be the top of every single layer inside this page, inside this container. So 101. After this, it need to use the 100% width. Let's see how it's looking. Still it's looking, everything is looking in the same column only. We need to bring it to row. So for that, display flex. So display flex makes your column, change your column into a row. Now you can see that name is over here and you're having your UL tag over here. Actually it's in a row now. We need to separate them. So bring it back, justify content space even. If you check over here, they are having the space evenly. Now use space around them. Yeah, this is much better. Space around, align the items in the center. Okay, align the items in the center, and the color, every single element inside the header is going to use the color as F7 FFF, the white color. Okay, we'll fix that. After this, we'll write the styles for which element. Okay, we'll write the styles for this right menu. Dot right menu. This right menu is going to use display flex. UL element, come on, UL tag, because UL tag is inside that. So display flex, justify content space between. Width of this is going to be 250 pixels. Let's see how it's looking. So it's looking like this now. That's fine. After this, what we need to do, we need to align the content in the center of this page. Center, not center of the page, center of the division. So align item center. And then still it's having that list style. You can see that it's having that list style. So not that one. Oh. So list style. Now there is no list style. Okay. After this, let's bring it margin right 30 pixels. Okay, first we'll fix that color because we can't see that color. So for the li tag, inside the UL tag we having that li tag, and inside that we having that anchor tag. So for that anchor tag, let's give the color #F. Now we can see them clearly. Okay, this anchor tag using the underline, so text decoration none. Now you can't see that underline anymore. After this, let's give some font size for this. Font size, let's give 20 pixels, and the font weight I'm giving 600. Now it's look much bigger. Fine. And inside this anchor tag only we having that icon. So for icons, I'm going to give the font size as 24 pixels. Now that icons are looking great. After that, oh, we need to write the styles for your main anchor tag for this. So after here, anchor tag, I'll bring up this I'll bring this line over here. So color of that, it's going to be like this, and font size, let's give 20 pixels, and font weight 600. We need to write the text decoration none. Okay, and let me add some padding for this. So padding 30 pixels and 60 pixels. Okay, that's awesome. And Oh, one more thing is missing. That's your icon. So where it is? Where are you? Where are you? After this UL, we need to add that menu icon. So menu, I'll use this menu, copy this, paste it. That menu is over here, so we need to write these styles for. Wait a second, let me bring this for this li tag. So li anchor. Now let's see. Still it's looking like that. Why? Maybe it's because of that space between, I think so. Where is the header? Here we go. It's because of this justify content only. Justify content. Space around, space between. Instead of space between, I used space around, I think so. Where it is? Yes, it is. It should be space between. Now it's looking perfect. We need to adjust the space between them. So for that, we can add some margin right. So margin right for this, let's give 20 pixels. Nope, we need more. 40 pixels. I hope this is fine. Or we need to adjust it a little bit more. How it's looking in the design. That's perfectly all right. Let's leave it over there. In future, if you want, we can adjust it. After this header, what we need to do, we need to focus on this main container. We need to create this main container. So let's go and we'll create that main container. So after that header, we need to create that main container. So let's create that main container. So I'll name it as middle container. After that middle container, what we need this line and we need to scroll down. So I'll create 2 more layers for that. So for line, I'll create line layer, and for scroll down, I'll create scroll down. So inside this middle container, what are the things we need to add? Let me check. Inside the middle container, we having 2 different components. Inside this middle container, we be having different components. We having this text container, and we having this line container, and this is our designation, okay? And it's having this circle container in the right side, okay? So first, let's figure it out how to create that. 1 second. Yeah, first of all, we need to create the text container. Okay, this text container, entire text container, and this circle container. So let's create as a right container for that. Inside this text container, first thing what we need the text. That means this heading text. So I'll name it as text. After that what we have this lines. So I'll name it as lines. After that lines, we have a designation. So I name it as designation. So in the text, what we're having inside this text, we having 2 h2 tag. So h2, let's read h2. So 2 h2 tag. After this lines, inside these lines, you can check that we having 2 different lines. So I'll create line 1. Dot. So this is the fastest way. This is encoding, which helps you to create a line division much faster. line 2. Okay, so lines are done. Next we need to focus on the designation. If you check the designation, we having two layers. What is that? Layer 1 and layer 2. We're having two lines, so we need to have two h5 tags. h5 web designer slash, copy this line and paste it one more time and change this to full stack developer. Save the changes. Let's see how it looks in our screen now. Oh, my bad. Let's fix it. Then in the right side, you can see here we're having this circle. So let's fix that circle now. So circle. So circle layer. After that, we're having one h2 tag. For h2 tag, nothing but it's a portfolio. This text, this single text. Now it's done. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it's looking not bad. Everything is loaded. Okay, let's fix this by using the CSS. Copy this middle container and paste it right after your header. Where is your header is finishing? My header is finishing over here. So after this dot middle container. So middle container, absolutely. We are going to use the absolute position. Absolute. Then width, 100% width. I'm not fixing any height. Okay. If in future, if you need any height, we can fix it later. Width, and from width and absolutely, it's need to use the display flex only. So display semicolon display flex, and after that justify content space around. This time not space between, space around, because it's need to take the space from outside of this module. Space around. Save the changes. Now how it looks. Okay, we're having some space over here and we're having some space over here, but it's exactly in the top, so we need to bring it down. So top, from the top I'll bring it 50%. Okay. So let's say that this position is, let's say this space between here is 25%. Assume that's 25%, and let's fix the height as 75%. Okay, so now this height doesn't make any sense, because this height makes sense when you're creating a circle layer. You will understand why I fixed the size as 75%. Next, let's fix this text container. Dot text container flex 0.5. Okay, so flex, we are dividing this flex row. We made a flex row and breaking that flex row into two different columns equal spaces, 0.5, 0.5. So first is the text container, so it's going to use the 50% of that row. That's the 0.5. And inside this text container, it should be, it's need to use the display flex only. Display flex. Okay, once I give the display flex, everything will become a same row. We need to avoid that. So flex direction column. I'll change the flex direction to column. Now the justify content, it should be in the center. And align items. I'll align the items not in the center position, where the flex is starting. So flex start. Okay, when the position right where the flex is starting will start the content from there. So flex start. Then everything should be in uppercase. So text transform uppercase. Now, yeah, everything is uppercase. Later we can change this to lowercase, no worries. Okay, after this, what we are going to do, we need to increase the letter space between them. So letter spacing let's say 3 pixels. Yep, that's fine. After that, font weight is going to be 600, and the color of the text is going to be #F7. Then from the margin left, move 10% inside, and margin top, I need to bring it a little bit upward, so I'll make it -5%. These are just trial and error, guys. You need to go through this. You need to change this height and width by not height and width, this positioning number, left, right, top, and all those things by yourself. Okay, now the main text container is fixed in that position. So dot text, that means this text, we are going to fix that. So it's going to use font size of 3 or EM. Yeah, that means one element, a root element, it's taking the root element size, that means 16 pixel. One root element size is 16 pixel, so multiply it by 3. Then letter spacing, again I'm just going to increase the letter spacing by 10 pixels. Yeah, now this is perfectly fine. After that, the second, this one, if you see here, we're having some certain space over here, right? We're having like a much height difference from the first H2 and second H2. So we need to reduce that, size. So what we can do, H2, inside the text container, H2 tag colon, we can use the nth, H2 colon nth, wait a second, H2 open colon last child, ampersand last child, open it, margin top -30 pixels. Now we can see that. So what I return is, I'm opening the H2 tag. Inside this over here text box, we're having two different H2 tags, right? For that, in that H2 tag, take the last child, and that last child margin top should be -30 pixel. That's what we return. Okay, this ampersand in SCSS, it's referred to the parent element. Parent element is nothing but is H2. So actually what it's returning is, it's returning like H2 colon nth child 2. You can write it like this also, or you can write it like that also. It's up to you. Which is similar to both the same, which is similar. If you're here, you're using nth child function, and here I'm using last child pseudo element. That's the difference. Okay, so now we fixed this position, that's done. So let's move on to this lines. Now we need to focus on these lines. Where it is, what style I created for that, copy that lines. Where is that lines? Lines is exactly after the division of your text. So where the text is finishing, right over here. So after this, dot lines. Okay, so this line is, it needs some space. We need, if you check over here, from here we have some space, and here we're having space. That means top and bottom it's having some space, left and right it doesn't have a space. So margin top and bottom needs 50 pixels, left and right 0 pixels. Save the changes. Still you can't see anything, but we have some space over here now. That's a great sign. So let's fix that line 1. So line 1. Oops. What's the style name? Line 1. Yeah, line 1. Copy it and paste it. Open it. So what's the style we need to write for the line 1? We need to fix the height first. So let me take the height as 4 pixels because we don't need that much. 4 pixels. Width, and let's say 80 pixels. So why I'm fixing the height as 4 pixels is because we don't need more than that. 4 pixels is more than enough. If you want to increase it, you can increase it with 80 pixels. And the background color, let's say hash F7535A. F7535A. Guys, definitely I can't remember these much of background color, all those stuff, so I just written it over here. So I'm just reading it from there. Border radius 5 pixels and margin bottom, okay, because we need some space between the first line and the second line, right? So I'm writing the margin bottom of the first line. So margin bottom, let's say 10 pixels. If you see over here, we have some space in between these two lines. So either you can write margin top for this or margin bottom for this. So I'll write margin bottom for the first line. So let me check the first line. Now we have the first line over here, okay, and this border radius is to reduce this sharp edges. That's why. Now let's copy the styles for your line 2. Actually, you don't need to write the same styles for again and again. Either you can keep it like a common class and you can just adjust their positioning by using different class, okay, that to reduce the number of lines in your code, okay. But we actually made a mistake while creating a class, so I don't want to change it again. So that's why I'll copy this and I paste it one more time. Now you can see that line over here, and let me move it a little bit. Margin left, how many pixels? 40 pixels. That's fine. Let's increase the width a little bit. I'll make it 100. Yeah, now it's fine. And now let's fix this, where it is, this designation. So copy it after your lines, paste it over here. Designation, we need to fix this designation now. So this designation should transform, text transform, it should be in the lowercase only. We don't need uppercase anymore. It should be in the lowercase, and font size of this, it's going to be 18 pixels. And the font weight, we already fixed it. So letter spacing 2 pixels. Yeah, this is good. We finished our text container, and now we need to move on to this area where it is your right container. So copy it where your text container is finishing. My text container is finishing over here. After this, right container. So right container is also going to use the flex 0.5 because text container is using the 50%, and it should also use the 50%. So 0.5. Actually 0.5 means 50% of the screen size. And position relative. Okay. So position relative. This right container is going to be position relative. Why? Because we are going to keep this circle, and above that circle we are going to keep all these SVGs. So that's why that's a position relative, because that's a parent container. Then z index, I'll make the z index 10. Why I'm making the z index 10 is because from the bottom I'm increasing that right container a little bit. So why I'm doing that is because these SVG, if you watch over this, it looks like a cloud. This cloud, like one by one layer, is like 3 of them are the top of that right container and 2 of them are in the bottom of that container. That's why I'm making that, I'm increasing it a little bit, 10. Okay, so now let's fix this circle layer. Dot circle layer. So this circle layer is going to be position absolute, and height of the circle, let's say 450 pixel, and width of that circle 450 pixels. It should be exact square, then only we can make it a perfect circle. And then border radius should be 50%. Now we can't see that circle because of the color, so let's change the background color. Background, I'll give FFF white. Now I can see that circle. It's a perfect circle. So from the top, okay, from the top of the right container I'm moving 4%, and from the left of that container I'm moving it 10%. Top is looking let's make it 400 pixels. 400 pixels. Yeah. And now make it 4%. And now make this yes. I think 245. Actually, it should be pretty big now. What we can do, let's adjust it. Hope that's fine. So we'll remove the top space now. 0%. Yeah, that's perfectly sitting over that circle. Okay, fine. Now that circle layer is completed, then we need to fix that H2. So after that circle layer, let's talk about this H2. So H2 is going to be this position absolute, and font size, as I said, we are going to use 3REM 30, 3REM. Then text transform uppercase. Yeah, that's fine. Text transform, it's uppercase. Then top 30%. After that, letter spacing, let's give 2 pixels, and the color of the text is going to be #F7358. Yes, that's perfect. After that, we need some text shadow, right? If you watch it closely, it's having some shadow effect. So let's make that shadow effect. So text shadow. I'll say don't move from top. In X, no, top and bottom we are not going to move, and in left and right we are moving 3 pixels. And RGBA, black color, and I'm going to use 0.25. that means 25%. Yep, that's fine. And then what we need to do, this is fine, it's sitting perfectly. And what we are missing, yes, this cloud. We need to bring up that cloud. Okay, then where we need to bring that cloud effects, right container. After this right container, we need to bring up that .svg container. Okay, so inside here I need that svgs, where it is here. This, copy this and paste it over here. Remove this inline height and width. Now copy this and paste it 4 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Save the changes. I'll minimize this. Okay, that's good. Now let's see where we're having that SVG. Okay, let's write some styles for this SVG container. Right container. After this, you need to have that SVG container. So SVG container is going to use position absolute. Come on. Width 100%, height 100%. Now we are talking. We have that every single SVG is over here. Okay, so let me hide this first. We'll fix that. Okay, just leave it. No problem, we'll write the CSS that fix it. SVG container. Inside this SVG container, all the SVG element should be position absolute, and width it should use only 350 pixels. Now we can see that it's in the top over here. Yeah, that's fine. We'll move it. So this SVG's nth child of first one, the first element should be from the top 50%, and from the right side it should move 30%. Now you can see that we're having that thing over here. In the design how it's looking, it should become top, so we need to add the z index. So z index 11. Now we're having it at the top. The same way, copy this style and paste it second time. Nth child 2, from the top 63%, and from the right 0, and z index 11 only. Save it. Now we have it over here. Third element, from the top it should be 25%, and right -5%, because I need to move it a little bit outside of my screen. See, over here. Then fourth element from the top we need only 6% only, and right we don't need any percentages, and its width should be I'll make it as 380 pixels. It's over here. Okay, we'll write the fifth one also, then we'll change some styles. The fifth one, it should use -14% and right 3. There is some error. it's coming over here. So the fourth one is need to be 30%. Yeah. So we need to change these colors. They are in exactly their position. I need to bring it. I need to send this one back. Why? Yeah, it's because of the index level. Now it's at the back side. We need to change these two things colors. So how I can change the color? If you check their SVG, we have the path, and we have the rectangle, and we have the ellipse. So we are going to add the styles for all those things. So inside here, so path, rect, and ellipse. For these things we are going to change the color. So here we can't change it like background or color because it's an SVG. You need to use the fill color. So fill, we are going to use, the color should be 7C8692. Copy this and paste it in the fifth SVG element also. Now you can see that we're having two different colors and it's perfectly sitting just like in your design. Okay, that's awesome, guys. And this width, for this we can reduce the width a little bit. Like, what is that? I think it's the second one, so I'll make the width as 300 pixels. Yep, and I make it a little bit upward, and from the right I'll move it a little bit. Yeah, that's good. So you can just play with this, guys. So right now I'm just satisfied what I'm having in my screen right now. After this we need to work on these lines. Minimize this. Copy the line layer, where we're having this line layer after this SVG container. After that SVG container, actually, I think I made a mistake. No, correct. It's correct only. So where is our middle container? Middle. Yep, here we go. Where it's finishing, it's over here. After this, dot line layer. So this line layer should be what we want to do for the lines layers. For this line layer, let's fix the height first. So height is going to be 120 pixel, and it should take maximum at 80 pixels of length only. Then the position, it should be absolute position. And then let me add some background color so you can see that where it is right now. Right now it's over here. We need to bring it over here. So let's bring that from top, move it 40% top, and from left just take 1%. Now, yep, here we go. It's in the perfect place over there. So inside that we're having 4 different divisions. Okay, inside that we need to have 4 different divisions, because why? We're having 4 lines. So let's make it division 1, copy this, 2, 3, 4 divisions. Okay, and it's going to be display flex. Okay, and then flex direction should be column only. Okay, so right now we can't see anything, so let me remove this background color and let's add some styles for your division so that you can see it clearly what is that flex is really doing. Height of the division should be 3 pixels, and border radius should be 5 pixels. and background hash b1, b2, b4. Right now everything is in the same place, that's why you can't see anything. So now if I fix this by using justify content space around, and see, we have the 4 different lines over there. Let's fix their width. Ampersand colon nth child of 1. Nth child of 1 is going to use the width level of 75% of the maximum and 245%. Copy this and paste it. Oops. 4 times. Change their number. Come on. 2, 3, 4. It's 45 and it's 35 and it's 37. Yep. Ooh. Last one. Scroll down. Line layer. It's finishing over here. Dot scroll down. Oops. Dot scroll down. Not scroll down. Down. Come on. Okay. Dot scroll down. And for this, we need to have a specific style. That is position absolute. Absolute. And it should be stick to the bottom, so bottom 0. So first what we need to do is we need to add some element inside this division. So what is that element I need? We need one line and we need one text. Let me see. Inside the, yes, we need h5. Scroll down. Scroll down. After this, we need one line division line. That's all we need. That's all. That's all. Not any more elements. That's it, finished. After that, bottom is done, and display, it should be flex, and flex direction absolutely column. Column. Let's see where it is. Yeah, we're having it over here. We're having it over here, but it needs to be fixed. Let's fix that. Flex direction column. And before adding few more styles for that, first let's fix that text, and we'll fix that line. H5 only I'm using, so H5. So transform, I need to rotate it a little bit, so I'll rotate it to 270 degree. Now it's rotated. You can see that the text is rotated now. After that, and the font size, I'm going to use it, let's say 10 pixels. And the text transform, we can transform it to uppercase, and then letters spacing between them as 2 pixels. And the color, it's going to be #F7FF. After that, we'll fix the line. Now you can see that it's way to bottom, so let's bring that line so we can take it to little bit above from your bottom of your screen. So dot line, height of this line is going to be 50 pixels, and width of the line is going to be, let's say 2 or 3 pixels. Let's give 2 pixels. And the background color is going to be used as #B1, B2, B4. We use the same color for this, so otherwise it looks different. And border radius 4 pixels. Now let's see. Here we go. We're having this line and scroll down, but they are not properly placed because of the flex. Let's make this flex direction as a column. I'm adding column, flex direction column, then align items, align each item center. Yes, here we go. And justify the content. What we can do, space, I don't know, space between, it's not taking. It's because there is no height, so let's make that height as 20 pixels. Now see, because previously the box size is this much only, there is no enough space between them, that's why they can't take the space between them. So I increase the height, then they are using the space equally. Okay, and we successfully completed our design. Okay, so we need to change anything else? No, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends, and if you have any questions or doubts, just leave it below. And you can find the latest videos, everything in our website. Just type codewithvitri.web.app. You can, I leave this link in the description below. Just check out the website and learn all the new stuff. So stay home and stay safe, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.